Hey there everybody, I've come here to the amazing Eco Move here in Bristol because I've been invited today to come and have a look at a rather special bike that's in development. It's a very early look, it's at the prototype stage, but it has a folding mechanism that's really exciting, and we've got the developer here with us who's going to be taking us through and showing us what it's all about. So let's get on over there and see what he's got to say.
Okay, hi, so I'm Jody Mulana, I'm creator of the Brief Bike. I'm going to tell you a little bit today about how I came up with the idea, what I was trying to achieve, and then I'm going to show you the bike and let you have a go. So this is not my creation, this is a Strider. I've had one of these for a lot of years. I've been a cyclist all my life. I've had one of these for about 15 years. I own other folding bikes, I've got Brompton, I've got a few others. But I found this tends to be the one I grab when I go out the door. And it's got some things that I really like about it and some things I don't like so much. So it's been quite a big inspiration for me in what I was trying to achieve. And one of the things I really liked about it was that you don't have to carry it when it's folded. You can wheel it along. And that's something I find really convenient. I also like the fact that it's quite narrow and it's a long package, so if I'm in a crowded space, if I'm going around the town, maybe I'm popping into a shop or into a crowded office, I can hold it in against my body and it's not like a big block that's sticking out and banging into other people and things. So that's what I really like about this. What's not so great is because you're effectively on one wheel, it's not a stable base. When you're walking along, you have to actively steer it, so you're kind of pushing it in front of you like this. And in this position, you've actually got quite a bit of weight hanging on your arm, and you're kind of loading your bicep. And that very quickly gets tiring, walking like that. So something that you could drag along more like a roller case is a lot better. And this is also really long, although it's a narrow thing, it's just a bit too long to fit in most luggage racks.
Yeah, and you're quite tall too.
Yeah. So what I've come up with is this one, which has got a nice stable base, a long base, which means that it balances just like a roller case, and you can just walk around with it like that. Now my arm's straight, it's not loading any muscles, it's just hanging there in tension, and I can happily wheel this around really long distances. It's still got that narrowness to it, so when I'm in a crowded space I can easily have it in next to my body and it's not banging into people. It balances nicely in my hand, and when I'm ready to ride, it's as simple as that. So that's the really unique thing about this bike. And that being able to really quickly fold and unfold, it means that you don't feel awkward, like you just want to pop into a shop.
Yeah.
Being outside a shop, fiddling around with your bike, you feel a bit awkward, I find.
Yeah.
So I think this one's quite quick, but this one's the fastest.
That's incredible. Because you take it with you, no messing around locking up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it getting stolen. The fold process should be just as quick, really.
Oh, wowzers.
Although, yeah, there we are.
And the finished one is going to be in carbon fibre, right?
So yeah, so let's have a look at what the finished one's going to look like.
Okay.
So this is the style. So what I was trying to achieve with this was something that doesn't really look like a bike, it looks more like a consumer product. It fits into an urban environment. You're not going to feel uncomfortable taking that into an office or a hotel lobby, those kind of environments where you might feel awkward with a bike.
Yeah.
You can just take it everywhere with you. And because it folds and unfolds so quickly, you can just easily move through those spaces with no awkwardness. It's also going to have some various ways of integrating luggage with it.
Oh, cool. Oh, really?
So the first one is a simple box that sits on the back, and when it's folded it sits on the side. So it still functions just like a roller case. And then the second one, when you need to carry a bit more stuff, is a trailer. And when the trailer connects to the folded bike, it turns it into a 4-wheel trolley. The 2 caster wheels on the bike and the 2 caster wheels on the trolley. So again, you can just wheel it around with you. So maybe you want to get a load of shopping in the supermarket. You just wheel it in, load it up, do the what's it called, the scanners as you go. So you don't have to take it out again at the till. And just off you go at the end. Do you want to have a go at riding it?
Of course. Me? Yeah.
So what did you think, Dan?
Well, I absolutely love it. For me, as someone who kind of uses a bike for work and uses a bike, say, to go to meetings, with a design background, for me, it's all about the design. I'm the kind of person who likes to go in the city and you see something and go, wow, that's different. And I'd want to get on that bike every day. And I think that's credit to you. And I'm so excited, looking forward to when it's released. Thank you very much.
That's great to hear.
Thank you.
So, Jody, tell us about the bike. It's a fascinating thing. How long do you think between now and then on the wall over there?
I think we'll have something that looks pretty much like that in about a year.
A year?
Yeah, about a year.
And are you looking for investors, or are you, how are you financing it?
We're in the process of applying for some government R&D funding at the moment.
Oh.
So we're waiting to see what happens with that first.
That's good.
And then we will be looking for investors at some stage, but not right now.
No. So at the moment you're just getting it going from here to there, pretty much.
Yeah.
And this will be carbon fibre when you build it?
Yeah, so we're partnering with the National Composite Centre, based in Bristol as well.
We've got all the technology here, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a world-class centre for composite design, so we should be able to come up with something really, really light and really durable with NCC support.
I also like the fact that you've got single-sided supports on the wheels. And it's unusual at the back. I've seen forks that are lefties before, but it's unusual to see it at the back. And that's kind of resulted in enclosing all the chainworks. How does that work from the point of view of maintenance and looking after the bike, or would this not be something you do yourself? Yeah,
definitely. So there's a couple of reasons why we've done that. One is to just get everything narrower. We can make it much more compact by going single-sided and bringing the transmission inside. It also means the transmission's sheltered from water and dirt, so it needs less maintenance, and it's actually surprisingly easy to get the chain on through there. So I won't disassemble it all now, but you undo these screws and then the wheel slides out, it's on splines, and the sprocket drops out. And when you assemble it, you just line the splines up and push the wheel through from one side. So you get the sprockets in place first, and then what you do is you get a chain, a broken chain, and you feed it to one sprocket and you wind it round.
Oh wow.
And then you feed it to the other one and you wind it round, and then you've got the 2 loose ends that you just join up. And once it's fed in there, it can't come off the sprocket, so the chain never comes off. It's captive in there, it physically can't get up high enough to get off the sprocket.
Given the bike design, it's futuristic, it's iconic, did you consider maybe using belt drive on a bike like this?
I did, but belts are actually a bit wider than chains.
Gotcha. So it's again in that way. See, I got it all wrong. I thought you'd done this because it stopped people getting oil on their suits on the way to work.
Well, that's another advantage.
That's another advantage. Okay.
Yeah, and this front chain
will be covered,
enclosed as well. That'll have a cover over it.
So there'll be no mechanics visible,
so
which is a good thing.
And low maintenance. The other advantage of having the wheels single-sided is when you need to change a tyre or a tube,
you don't have to take anything off.
Yeah, you don't.
Jodie, have you got any idea what the finished thing will weigh? Have you got an estimate?
10 kilos with an e-drive.
With an e-drive? Yeah. Oh, now that's exciting. 10 kilos? 10
kilos with an e-drive.
Oh, now you're talking. I think also another thing, good technology is invisible. When I say invisible, it doesn't get in the way of doing what you want to do. I mean, the iPhone we were talking about just now, probably the biggest impact that had was what it didn't have, and that's an instruction book. All that technology has never had an instruction book in the box, never once needed it. They actually incorporated it and made it into something you could just use without thinking. I think this, in the form that it's going to finish up, you're not going to have a big box saying undo this one, undo that one, clip this into that. You're just going to pick it up and walk out, and I think that's another thing that will probably help this bike. The fact that you'll be able to just spontaneously walk out the shop and use it without any, because I mean, I showed you that bike I got earlier on. Yeah. I still can't fold that thing up properly first time. You know, and I don't fold it up when I'm out in public because I don't look an idiot, but you know, that ding ding, job done. And I like the other bike, the way that folds as well, that's very clever.
It is a very clever design.
But no, I wish you all the best of luck with this, I really do.
Thank you.
So there we go, time for me to move on. It's been a fascinating day, the bike was brilliant. In a year's time, we hope we'll see one on the road, and you can order one for yourself as well. I will probably be looking at one of these when the time comes. But for now, I'm going to get off, but I will be back, as this I think is iteration number 11. I'll probably come back when iteration number 12 makes an appearance. But in the meantime, thank you very much to the organisers for inviting us, and it's been a fascinating look at the bike of tomorrow. So, goodbye.